There is a kind of loneliness that doesn't come from being isolated. It's the loneliness of being surrounded by people in an office, in meetings, in teams, and realizing that no one knows where they're going. No one is truly guiding. No one is truly steady. No one is truly leading. And so you try to follow, but there's nothing firm to follow. This experience is more common than anyone admits. Managers who avoid making decisions. Leaders who lack emotional maturity. Supervisors who think authority equals competence. Organizations that set expectations without providing direction. And so you become the quiet anchor. The one people rely on, even without saying it aloud. The one who stabilizes situations others destabilize. But here's the thing. No one ever taught you how to do this. You were not trained for it. You were summoned to it by necessity. That is the journey we are exploring today. How to lead yourself when no one is leading you. Chapter 1. The disorientation of weak leadership. Weak leadership doesn't appear all at once. It reveals itself slowly. Vague instructions. Emotional inconsistency. Changing priorities that no one explains. Lack of clarity about what good work even means. And that environment does something subtle and dangerous. It makes you question your sense of reality. You begin to ask, am I misunderstanding? Did I miss something? Why does everything feel unstable? This is not you doubting your ability. It is you responding to chaos. Humans are not wired for directionlessness. We are wired for orientation. And when leadership fails to provide orientation, your nervous system does something extraordinary. It tries to create stability from within. That discomfort you feel, it is your inner leader awakening, not as ego, not as rebellion, but as responsibility. You are not breaking. You are becoming. Now that we've named the pain, we will step into your identity. Chapter 2. Identity shift. You stop being managed. There is a moment, subtle, but life-defining, when your identity changes. You stop thinking, I work here. And you start thinking, I operate here, I navigate here, I direct myself here. You stop waiting for praise, permission, direction, validation, and you begin acting from inner standards, not outer approval. This is the birth of self-governance. Self-governance is when your values guide your behavior. Principles shape your decisions. Integrity defines your effort. Discipline becomes your consistency. This is the leadership that cannot be given. It can only be built. Self-led professionals do not perform for recognition. They perform because it is who they are. And this is where your power begins. Now that identity is awakening, we build the daily architecture to sustain it. Chapter 3. The daily structure of a self-led professional. When leadership is absent, structure must come from within. Here is the daily framework of a self-led mind. 1. Clarify the day. Ask, what is the one outcome today that actually matters? Not tasks, impact. Most people drown in busy work. Self-leaders seek meaningful movement. 2. Decide who you will be. Before the day begins, choose, what version of myself am I practicing today? Confident? Calm? Precise? Disciplined. Identity is lived in micro-choices. 3. Pre-regulate your emotions. Ask, what emotion will I likely need to manage today? Anticipation replaces reactivity. Calm becomes a skill, not a mood. 4. Finish one thing completely. Completion builds trust in yourself. Trust in yourself builds momentum. Momentum builds leadership presence. This is how you become stable from the inside out. Now that your structure is set, we anchor the emotional dimension, the part weak leaders cannot teach. Chapter 4. Emotional authority. The silent leadership signal. The most powerful leaders in any room are not the ones who speak the most. They are the ones who do not lose themselves. When the workplace is tense, people move faster. Voices sharpen, deadlines press, the stakes trigger shame. But you do not match the room. You set the tone for it. When others rush, you slow the tempo. When others panic, you steady your breathing. When others react, you respond. This is how respect is earned without asking for it. People do not trust the loudest voice. They trust the calmest presence. Your emotional regulation becomes your form of leadership. Now we address the part almost no one speaks about, the loneliness. Chapter 5. The loneliness of being the strong one. Being the calm one does not mean you feel calm. Being the steady one does not mean you are not tired. Being the reliable one does not mean you never need help. But here is the quiet reality. Strong people are rarely recognized while they are becoming strong. Your work is unseen because it is internal. The world only sees outcomes, not the self-governance it took to create them. And the loneliness you feel, it is not a sign you're unsupported. It is a sign that you are ahead. You are becoming the person others will one day rely on. The person others will turn to in uncertainty. The person who can carry the room. This is the price of becoming someone who does not collapse. The final chapter, where it all comes together. Chapter 6. You become the leader you were waiting for? There is a version of you, calm, capable, grounded, that your future team is counting on, even if they don't exist yet. There is a version of you who no longer seeks permission, needs validation, waits for direction, because they have become the direction. You are not preparing for the job you have, you are preparing for the future role you are destined to carry. And one day, someone will work under you, and they will feel safe, guided, steady, supported, because you understood what it was like to have none of that. And you decided, the cycle ends with me. You are not just surviving bad leadership, you are becoming the leader you once needed. Stand tall, stay steady, lead yourself with dignity, calm strength, and quiet authority. Your future is not waiting for someone to guide you. Your future is waiting for you. If today's message gave you something to think about, or even just a spark of strength, make sure to subscribe. Join our community and let's grow stronger together, one Stoic step at a time.